Hi, Pastor Nathan Decker with your hashtag Better Together devotion for today. And today we're continuing the conversation about paradoxes within our faith. And one of the biggest paradoxes that we actually live out on a weekly basis is those that are called out, come on in and sit down and take a load off. Just relax and watch the show. What I'm talking about is the way that we do church. We do church. We come in, we sit down, we listen to songs, we sing songs, perhaps maybe we sing, sometimes we sit back and enjoy the concert. We sit back and we enjoy the preaching, especially if the preaching's a good show, and then we pay a tithe or a fee, and then we go home and nothing changed. We did church. We even talk about it. How was church today? Well, let me tell you about it. We did this and we did that and we did this. That's not at all what the scriptures show us a church to be. Church is something we don't do. Church is something that we are. Church is something that we be. We're called to be church. Even the Greek word that the writers of the Bible used to talk about church, ecclesia, is a word of movement. Ecclesia comes from a participle phrase meaning those that are called out. In other words, we're not called to come in and sit down. We're called to go out, to be out of the world, to go into the world and get out of the building and to share the good news, to share the gospel, to invite people. We're called out. We're called out because we're not supposed to be the way we are. You've been called out before? I sure have. Ecclesia means that we are to be the church, to be those who are called out, to go out into the world and do ministry, to be different in the world, called out of the world, to be resident aliens walking among this place and on this plane who change this world to be more kingdom-minded and kingdom-focused. We're the called out, not the called in to sit down and take a load off, not the called to the pews, not the called to the show. We're the church. And we're called out to be the church, to be beyond what we currently are. So many times I've heard the complaint that, in church, 10% of the people do 90% of the work. That's not right. It's because so many of us aren't being church, and we need to be called out for it, because we need to be more than just people who show up and sit back and enjoy the show. When we start acting like the called out, when we start acting like ecclesia, then some dramatic things will happen in this world, and we'll all be better together because of it. Amen?